A lot of people are praising the fact that there's a Marvel swimsuit issue coming out, and I just think they're desperate, is what's going on. I think they're trying to recapture 90s nostalgia in a way, but still keep it PC and in the way that they're still doing for 2024, 2025. And so this is just like a one-shot, like, stupidity thing that's like not going to go anywhere where people want. I don't really like this art style right here either. I think all the characters kind of look the same. They've got this like weird buff look that like I don't find super attractive either. And it seems to be more about just, doing more of the same and then pacifying people so that they still collect stuff, still have a little bit of 90s nostalgia out there, rather than actually like really resetting the brand and actually making sure that there's a continuity that matters to Marvel Comics, that things go forwards, that there's a reason to read any of these titles. And so as much as I see a lot of people praising this on the internet, a lot of people going, oh, Marvel's doing it right, the Gooners win. I think a lot of those people will not probably be buying this or buying comics at all. I don't think this moves the needle. And it seems like a desperation attempt, much like everything else that they've done in the last couple of years at Marvel and DC Comics, which we'll get into in just a moment. Now, please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in comics and the culture. Really appreciate you guys for being here. I am making my own books, guys, doing it myself. Like I said, the big thing about Marvel and DC is it's very clear continuity doesn't matter. The stories don't go anywhere. The characters don't progress. Nothing changes. And so there's really no story. There's no stakes. And so there's no reason to read anything that Marvel's coming out with. Now, that's very, very different over here. Every story I come out with, the characters develop, they change, stuff happens, and it actually has consequences. And that's what storytelling's all about. So I want you guys to sign up for my newsletter. I am building a real alternative. And unlike a lot of YouTubers out there, I've got a lot going on. We've got 9 graphic novels in development right now, and I don't want you to miss them. And so sign up for my newsletter. You get 3 free books for doing so. So you get to check out all my stuff absolutely free. It's a $50 value for nothing. Just for being here. And I love that you guys stay connected with me, which is really is so important so we can keep building over the next couple of years. Got a Discord also if you want to join and hang out with our community. And if you do want to support my books, guys, like I said, the characters change, they progress. Overmind's a great spot to start. This is Ayla Rin, book 1 right here. And then book 2 goes to the Hidden Emperor. And we're building a whole universe out of that where things are really, really heating up real fast, and you'll want to get in on this. Deus Volt's another great one. Flying Sparks has a wonderful continuity where I really show how I progress characters and the like. So you guys can support us here too. All these books are available because I'm not doing collector's gimmicks or anything like that. This is just for you to read. I want to get people reading. That's the most important part. It's also available digitally, so I can make it cheaper and easier for you. You get it right away. And that's something I know a lot of people online also don't do, and I don't understand that because this is the modern era. And so, yes, I make it super simple for you guys to get in on the work, and it's great because I'm so prolific that there's always something new coming out and always something fun happening, which is exactly what comics should be. So thank you guys for being here. Support the channel right here. Get on the newsletter as well. I really appreciate you guys for being here. And that's all in the description below so you guys can join us. Thanks so much. All right, Marvel appears to be reviving some of the excitement from the 90s comics by bringing back the Marvel Swimsuit special. And so as the comic industry endured a lot of turmoil over the last few years, Marvel and DC Comics have tried several stunts to garner interest in their struggling lines. One of those big ones is, of course, DC All In, where they said they're all in. And when I saw that, I kept saying, wait a minute, if they're all in now, and we're doing things that we can tell the best stories possible now. It's like, well, does that mean you are admitting you weren't telling the best stories possible? I mean, that's what it kind of sounds like, right? Sounds like desperation, and it really is, because DC's comic line was really, really bad. Nobody was buying it, and that's what's happening all the way around. DC's main comic line, the main books, not the absolute books, are still not selling whatsoever. The X-Men line is reportedly selling very, very poorly, and they just relaunched it last year for Marvel. They had to reboot Amazing Spider-Man with an all-new #1 again just now, which is going to be a flop again in a few months, as they still are not doing what the fans want by progressing Peter Parker, having him be married, having him age up. They want to keep him this youthful, sort of retarded thing again, and it's just not going to work very well because that's not what the fans have ever asked for out of this. Now, you can tell what the fans want. They want Ultimate Spider-Man. The reason that Ultimate Spider-Man works is Peter Parker is married, period. That's all it's about. People wanted that progression as a character to see what his life's like as he ages up a little bit. And that is where it was at. And while I think that, I don't think the Ultimate Universe is very good whatsoever. I mean, I gave up on it. I dropped it because it was just so boring. And of course, the side titles were so politically motivated. It was just a disaster. Again, like that's what people want is the nostalgia of the Peter Parker marriage from the 90s. That's all it's about. Absolute Batman's very much the same. If you look at and read that book, it just reads like an Image comic from the 90s. Like, I mean, it's a little bit cleaner and better because Scott Snyder is a better writer than a lot of those guys. And of course, Nick Dragotta is a little bit better of a artist than those guys were back in the day. But that's what it is. It's a roided up Batman beat 'em up that Rob Liefeld or Jim Lee could have done at Image Comics back in the day, and that's why it's selling. It just feels like that 90s nostalgia again, and so with a Batman brand, and so that's what's selling. And so obviously this is a stunt to try to capitalize off that. Apparently this is going to tie into Marvel Rivals, the video game, which is very, very successful. And Marvel Rivals has been successful just because the art style's been beautiful, the characters have been beautiful in it. People like looking at it. It's been a lot of fun. It's really easy to play, lots of fun to get into, and so they're doing a bunch of swimsuit skins for it, and so this is going to tie into that. And so I guess they're hoping to bring in some video game people into the comic world. Like I said, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I don't think it's going to work, but obviously that's the intention of something like this. If you never saw the Marvel swimsuit special in the 90s, if you were like 13 or 14 at the time like I was, you were like, wow. But that's what they were. It's definitely an exploitative sort of thing. You have all these X-Men in like their sexy bikinis and the like, and it was done by a lot of artists like Jim Lee, Jordan Perez, Adam Hughes, some of the top in the business out there doing that. There wasn't much writing to it. It was very much like the first one was designed like as Sports Illustrated magazine, where they had fake advertisements, they had fake feature articles and things like the interviews, etc. And so you had a hodgepodge of different writers doing different things. But it was really just to like look at these pictures like this, right? And that's really all it was. Chris Claremont actually savaged it at the time. He said, right from the beginning, the magazine was problematic and plagued by inherent disadvantaged female characters' face. Always. We were trying to tell engaging stories in comics. Meanwhile, they're slapping this thing together at the last minute. So he didn't like it very much. Now they might have a more cohesive sort of thing right here. And of course, they're trying to keep this, gender parity equality here. They've got a woman holding up a man, which is kind of like, it's just like, stop. Like, why? It's all about emasculating men and saying men are the same as women, which is ridiculous. And this is why this stuff never works, right? It's just like, even in this, it's like she's holding up a black man, like just to add just a little bit of the feminism, a little bit of the identity politics to it. It's like, why? Come on, ridiculous stuff. But that's what they got. But that's Tim Seeley for you. He's a rabid leftist. Tony Fleecs actually has been doing some good work in the industry lately. I've really liked his Feral and Uncanny Valley, if you guys have read those. So these guys are known kind of for cheesecake. Like Tim Seeley's a leftist, but he still does his cheesecake stuff. Surprised he hasn't been canceled because of that. His hack slash is kind of what he's famous for, and that's really just cheesecake horror. So this is, if you're gonna grab people from the industry, this is who you'd probably want to write it. And you got art by a bunch of different people. And like, here's the deal: like Marguerite Sauvage, again, this is like a feminist person they put in here. They're not putting in just like the people who do, they're not putting in Frank Cho or people to just draw like the prettiest stuff out there. You got Mark Brooks doing the cover. You've got people who are not known for like their sexy art material doing this. So it's kind of like, why? If you're not going to just like really go all in on it, what are you going to do here? So yeah, I mean, they're trying to make it, like I said, part of Marvel Rivals, trying to get it with the game, trying to get it all going on. But at the same time, like they're really just, having the same people do the same thing on this as well. So I'm like, meh, and I'm not going to buy it personally. I don't know about you. Leave a comment down below. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the like and subscribe button. Sign up for my newsletter, my friends, and make sure to grab some of my books too. Support our channel. We're doing something different than Marvel and DC. It's awesome over here. I'm glad you're here. We'll be back soon.